Right guys, welcome down to the summary of my round at the Blackpool North Shore Pro-Am. And every time I play in the competition, I'll do this kind of separate summary of my round, go through it on Game Golf with you guys, so you can see my stats, so you can see what's going on with my game, and exactly things I need to pinpoint to work on and things that I need to do a little bit differently. I'm going to go really in depth on this one. A few guys kind of mentioned last week that maybe the last time that I wasn't going as in depth as maybe I could have. So I'm really going to kind of split it open, hole by hole, smash through it, give you as much info as I possibly can, see what you guys think. I'm going to be here, and the Game Golf stuff is going to be here on my to be decorated wall. Had a few comments about that last time as well. Yeah, I've had all my plastering stripped and it all needs to be kind of painted and decorated. You didn't need to know that. Let's get on with the round. So first of all, let's have a look at the overall leaderboard from today. So I finished in tied fourth, 2 under. There was three other people also on kind of 2 under, and then 3 people above me, 39, 40 and 41. I played with Steve Parry, who came second. Very good player and a really good back nine. He was 4 under on the back nine, but actually could have been more, a few lip outs. It was strange because if you have a look at his front nine where he was level, his back nine where he was 4, and you kind of compare this to my kind of 2 nines here. I'm 2 under on the front, level on the back. I had more putts dropped from me on the front nine. I had no putts dropped from me on the back nine, apart from on the 10th where I got a good birdie. I'll go through the Game Golf in a moment, and that was a real difference, to be honest. I didn't put badly. I had a friendly face back in the bag today, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But yeah, just simply Steve hit his approaches that little bit closer, and he managed to hole more putts when he had the chance for a birdie. So that was the main difference between me and Steve. We matched each other shot-wise and striking-wise, which I was happy about, but he just had that edge on the green. He's just managed to hold some more putts. So jumping on to Game Golf and really talk you through my round, and there's a few things that I need to kind of straighten out first of all. If you have a look at my driver here, it's got it as the pin G driver. I didn't use the G driver today because my shaft had snapped on my old G driver, and I was using the M1 today while my new shaft arrives. I did hit the M1 very well today, so I might have to do a little bit of a head-to-head again on those ones. And also my irons is still going down as the Ping S56s, and I'm obviously using the new PSI irons, which I'm really happy with, and it's got my putter down as the Odyssey White Hot 7. I need to change all these on the system, obviously, but I'm using the Spider Blade, which is back on the back. The guys at Golf Bidder, thank you so much. They've actually managed to. We did some videos down on Golf Bidder last week, and Golf Bidder actually managed to find a replacement putter to the one that I actually destroyed, the one that I've been using most of the year. So thank you so much for that, Golf Bidder, because it really did help. So let's kind of talk you through this round. I'm going to go kind of super in depth on this one and talk you through kind of the first hole first of all. Blackpool North Shore is a pretty wide open course in many respects. There's kind of few fairway bunkers, but the rough's quite short and it's pretty wide. I mean, you can see off the first kind of tee here, I mean, you've really got about 3 holes to miss it on either side. You can really go quite wild. So I pushed it a little bit right on there, hit not a great approach shot just to the side of the green, and actually kind of chipped on with my lob wedge and made 2 putts. So I started off with a bogey. One thing I do need to change about my kind of whole routine at the moment is I need to start getting into a consistent pre-game pattern. Today I managed to get up there with about an hour to spare, just simply, well, about 15 minutes to spare. Traffic was awful in the morning. I only managed to get 10, 15 chip shots in, handful of putts, a couple of hits in the net, and then a few swings of some clubs to get loose, and that was it. And certainly on the first hole, I felt a little bit rushed. I felt that a little bit rusty, and I ended up with a bogey. Now on the second, this was a pretty happy hole for me. So I managed to kind of get a decent drive away, back uphill into the wind, hit a very good approach shot just behind the pin, and hold a good putt. And certainly on the greens, I felt a lot more confident today. As soon as I got onto the greens with the putter, I felt a lot more comfortable. I felt like I'd do a lot more things, a hole a lot more putts straight away, which I was happy about. Third is a good longish par 5, a decent drive, decent hybrid. And I'll tell you what, at the moment, guys, my bunker play, consider I've not actually done any real practice over the winter on the bunker play because of the weather's been kind of so poor, I'm absolutely brilliant out of bunkers for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I got in this bunker here, and it's a really, really tight kind of shot out of that bunker to where the pin was. There was hardly any green to work with. Wind was kind of into off my right, and I just hit this gorgeous little floppy bunker shot. And it stopped pretty much, it almost went in, but it stopped pretty much back to the hole. A very, very easy birdie that I managed to get. Good drive on 4, sound wedge to about kind of 16 feet. Just kind of rolled my putt by, didn't really quite commit to the line. The greens today were better than they were last time I played with myself and Rick, but if you got a couple of bumps, it could either do you a lot of harm or a lot of good. And on this hole, it did me a lot of harm. It kind of bumped and it bobbled away. The 5th hole here had a good drive back into wind, just under 280. Decent 5-iron to the side of the green, struck it well, just misjudged kind of the line. Then a really good up and down. I kind of felt that my chipping and everything else was actually pretty good today, although I only got 50% in kind of scrambling. Decent kind of 6th hole. I'm kind of, obviously, guys, you can go on my game golf and you can really, really check out my stats and really kind of get into this. But just a couple of points on here again. 7th, really good bunker shot yet again after a poor tee shot. Again, a little bit of a pull. That does seem to be where most of my misses tend to be, off to the left-hand side. So that's something that I need to work on. 9th was a really good one. I've hit, it's kind of a shortened par 4 today. About I think it was 2... What was it in the end? It was 2... Yeah, it's 250 to the pin. And I've hit a really good hybrid kind of downwind. It's gone in the bunker left, which was GUR, had a drop out of it. It's a lovely, delicate little chip for a birdie. And then on the 9th, a decent kind of tee shot, good putt, just didn't go in. And I was 2 under at that point, and I was really happy with how I was going along. And the back 9 was, well, I'll kind of show you the 10th hole here, where I had a good drive, good 5-iron, a good layup. I didn't go for this par 5 in 2, which is unusual for me. I do like to go for par 5s in 2, but there's water very, very close up to the green. And if you do go just that little kind of bit too close with the attempt at the green, you end up in this kind of water hazard here. So I'll lay back a little bit with a gap wedge. I might hit it to a decent distance and hold the putt. And on 11th, this is where the difference kind of, well, this is kind of not where it went wrong, but this is where it was very disappointing. I hit a fantastic drive down there, and then as I got up to the green, I had a good chance of a birdie straight back uphill, and I left it short. And on my next one, I convinced myself it was left to right when it was so straight. It was straight. And I missed it. It was a tiny putt. I've got it down as 3 foot, but it's probably less than that. It's probably about 2 foot in the end. So just a bit of a mental error. And from that point on, if I kind of get my scorecard up here, and I'll show you this because you don't need to see the ins and outs of this on the back 9, because on the back 9, I was driving it well. I was hitting on the green. I hit a lot of greens in regulation. So I've hit 10 in regulation, 11 in regulation, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've hit every green regulation on the back 9, but I've just not holed the putts. I had a lot of putts here. I'll kind of pull up my insights here, and I think I should be able to do it on this round, because the Game Golf Live is a big improvement on the old Game Golf, by the way. I'm really kind of happy with that. You'll kind of see here that I'm sure I could putting, total putting. So an average of 1.67 per holes over the round. Over the back 9, I did I only had the 1-3 putt, but every kind of approach, if I can get, I'm going to be honest, this is, I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to remember all this. If I go outside 100 yards, if I go to my not last 15. More rounds. Bear with me, guys. I'm sure you're enjoying seeing me struggle with this. Last round. There we go. You can actually see my approach shots here. This is kind of counting all the rounds, but my back nine, I was peppering so many of kind of the greens, and I was getting really, really close in on the approaches into about 20 feet. Just was not holding the putts. Just was not holding the putts. But that wasn't particularly my fault. I thought I putted quite well. Just weren't going on that back nine, and I think that 11th almost kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit on that kind of hole. If we have a look at my kind of last round as far as the driving goes, you can see not too bad, 50% of fairways in regulation, but I didn't need to be actually that massive today as far as kind of that accurate off the tee. You just try and hit it hard, and because of the undulations on the course, you just have to try and get it out there as much as you can. I didn't really leave myself any long approaches. I thought I drove it quite well. Hit the one big drive where it was downwind and managed to kind of catch it quite well. But overall, yeah, I was pretty happy with how I managed to drive today. Now let's just have a look at my kind of rounds overall in 2016, my competition rounds. And you know what? Pretty happy, really. I mean, if you have a look at my kind of scores here, so 69 today, 72 St. Anne's last time out when I didn't play particularly well. I didn't feel like I played particularly well. And then at Fleetwood, and you can notice the difference in my putts here between Blackpool, Fleetwood, so 1.71, 1.67, and then at St. Anne's when I didn't have that spider blade, it was 1.89. My greens in regulation was down slightly today, and my fairways was actually down on St. Anne's Old Links, but because it was wider, I could get away with a lot more, so I could try and hit it that wee bit harder. And sand saves 100% today, which I'm very, very pleased about. Like I said, at the moment, my sand saves are fantastic. What's quite good is if I look back at kind of the two of my last competition rounds that are in here from last year, there's an improvement there. You know, 1 under to 2 over. I've done 3 under even, and then 2 under. And today I wasn't actually expecting. I wasn't really expecting much from today. I'm happy with kind of how it's kind of panned out, but I wasn't expecting loads to happen today. I'm just pleased with the way that it's actually kind of fallen together because I didn't have any practice over the weekend. So my next comp probably isn't going to be till April now, the way that the dates are falling, so I've got a lot of time to actually prep and to practice for that. Guys, check me out on Game Golf. My username is just Peter Finch. Go on there if you want to have a look at more of my stats. It is all on there. I'm just kind of slightly worried because how long I've been going for here. I've been talking for a long time here, and obviously it's just me talking to the camera going through my Game Golf. It's a little bit dull. I don't want to just bore people. So guys, thanks for watching. Check out the vlog on Thursday. It's got some more stuff on there as well, the Quest for the Open vlog. And thanks for again following us on this journey. Very impressed with the Game Golf Live. M1 driver was good today. I might kind of stick with that for a few weeks, see how it compares to the G. I need to kind of get it settled by April, the G and the M1, which one's it going to be. Putter, so happy to have that spider blade back in as well. Thank you, Golf Bit, for that again. So happy to have that back in. So yeah, it's been a good day, I think, overall. And then another top 5 finish, top 10 finish anyway. Right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Easy as that. Rick shot 1 over, by the way, today. Not his favourite course, but he'll be back, I'm sure. See you soon.